Okay, it looks like we're live, so welcome back. Today I'm going to be continuing to work on Kano script. Okay, so today I'd like to not really add any new features, but instead work on the air handler, because right now it's pretty trash, to say the least. Um, right, so basically right now we don't report the column numbers properly, the line numbers, all that stuff. And then also sometimes we just don't even have them, like they're just zeroed out because of the way I handle it. So I need to sort of update that. But to start, I think the best thing, to start with at least, is to update the macro, right? Because we have this macro here. So it's print error, right? So I want to actually change it, right? So I'd like to do that. Put the VARs there, and that's gonna get rid of the new line though. But yeah, we can actually do that. There you go. So then we don't have to print a new line, and we can just go ahead and do this. Yeah, so it has to be kind of on a different line. That's okay. So basically just updating the macro right now. So this will have the VARs. And this is going to fix a major problem, right? That I will talk about what it was in a moment. We add this. Okay, something like that. I think that should work. So let me try to build this now. Okay, and then if I should all actually stay print properly. So if I make an error. So let's try to define a number, right? Equals, let's just not put anything after the equal, right? And then try to run that. Wait, type I found if. Yeah. So that is good. Why did it expect type? I don't quite get that part. But 6. So line 6. Yeah, so it got to this point. I don't like got all the way here though. Okay. But yeah, so it's still printed out properly. Also, we're printing some stuff that I don't want to print, but it does print out properly, so that is good. I'd also like to add the file name. That would be nice. So like that, and then oops. Oh yeah, because I need to do this. So it's actually a string view, so I have to use a macro in here, which maybe isn't a great idea, but we'll see. Because it's a string view, so yeah, we'll see if that works. Print. Okay, so maybe let's see. What is lock, right? I guess it's not a string view, so we don't need to do that. Perfect. We can just use a regular old string. And that makes it, not calling a macro from a macro, which isn't always the best idea. Okay, so that compiles. And then I don't think we set the file name, so I don't think it's going to work. Actually, I need to introduce an alien. So let's do... Actually, let's put L, and then it should give us the correct error. I still didn't. That's kind of weird. But yeah, so it's just null. So we would like it to not be null, obviously. So what I have to do, it's basically just an Alexa that we have to set it. So in Alexa, we don't set the file name. So let's do token.lock.file name. We can just do that at the end of this, even, I believe. So like right here. Well, actually, I guess we append it in there, so that actually makes it even more difficult. So, instead of creating the token each time, since we basically do the same thing, let's just create it up here at the start, right? So token equals, so 0 initialize it. We'll say token.lock equals location. Okay, so I need to just basically set it to this. So row equals row. Column equals data minus start, and then the file name equals file name, which we don't have. So where can we get this file name from? So we do have this, reach file to that. Where do we call Lex, right? I used to call it from the main file, don't we? Lex, alright, and we have the file name, so we have this, right? So let's pass that there. That's probably a good idea, yeah. And right here in Lex, we need to just update this to have a file like that, and that is what we can set the file name to. Quite simply. So we can do that. Okay. we've got that. And then in here, we pretty much just get rid of this, and we just set the token value. Right. And then we just use the token defined up here, right? And I think that will work perfectly fine. So if we get rid of all of that stuff, it's going to be a lot better. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so then here's what. And then this, we just need to do token dot type. Set type, oh shoot. So we set a token equal to that. Right, so we need to pass the file through there. So we'll have to update that as well. So we're going to have to go through a couple of compilers, but that's okay. Again, that's just going to set it. And then for these, we can just set the type. So token.type equals token type poll. And that is it. So that works. Here as well. Type equals token type equal. And we basically have to just go through a few of these. Paren. Oops. Close paren. It's a bit tedious, but that's okay. Open bracket. There we go. Close. And this is comma. Comma. Whoops. And this is actually not a token. So that was actually the end of these. Yeah, so I always have the operator tokens. Okay. Operator tokens, let's see. So yeah, that's in create operator token. We have to update that. And we're also gonna have to update the header file. Do not forget to do that. So this needs a file. Just need to set the file name here. So dot equals file. And that should be good. So let's update the header file, and then it should compile. So, this needs a file name. This one needs a file name as well. Okay. Okay, and I forgot a semicolon, it seems. Yes, alright. And then the rest of it compiles, so that's good. So now it should actually, here's the file, perfect. So that is the name of the file, and that is the row, and all that stuff. So that is cool. That is cool indeed. Okay, so that's already much better. I also updated the print error macro. So we'll be able to use that a bit nicer, because before we had to, like, it was kind of, let's see if I have it. Yeah, so before I had to include one of these, and that wasn't always very good, you know? Like in this case it is actually, but in some other cases it was, like you have to include the extra thing there because of the way I had it set up, basically. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, so like some things like this. Yeah, like this right here, expected closing that. We just use this here, so I can get rid of this now, and it can just be expected closing. I don't even know why I put quote there. It's just closing there. Maybe even something like this, so that's clear, you know. So that should actually compile, right? I'll make sure. Okay, it doesn't like that. Print error undeclared. Doesn't like that. Is it because of this? Is this some sort of escape? Here. Ooh, it's because I put that there. Okay, I see. I need to go like that, actually. I'm gonna that up. My bad. Then it should work. So, actually, we're not gonna get that specific error, but that's okay. We could get it pretty easily, but if I just put a loose one like right here, then we should get that error. Yeah, it's been clear. So that is good. It actually gave the correct line, like 4-1, so that is cool as well. Okay, so that is good. So that's a lot better. So I'm gonna sort of just go through every print error and see. Yeah, this is the same thing. So it's actually, ooh, this is already wrong anyway. So it needs to really be expected that. Right. So obviously that is a thing. Error. So that's gonna be better as well. Expected type. So that is actually fine. I do want to update this expect token. If I have time, after I get through some of the other stuff. Because I don't like the way it works right now. because we should be using the token consume.type here rather than the top after consume, because in that case, that kind of unexpected behavior, right? That is fine as well. Okay, it's not exactly fine. So we expected one of these. So let's actually put expected int string char or item. Yeah, and that's gonna be better actually. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, let's see some other ones. Print error. See, because I have to use this here. Token. Actually, that's not. That is something. So ignore what I was talking about. Okay. Okay. Close bracket, but found non-close brackets. That's fine. Print error. Expected int or ident, but found that. Okay. So that's not exactly right. Yeah. See, I'm gonna put this onto a new line like this. That's kind of hard to read. Okay. So expected int string or ident, and could this be character? Probably not. So I'm not gonna. Well, okay, it could be a character. So let's just, even though currently we don't support that, if I do add something that would do that, like, and then in the parsing stage we can throw some other errors. Token type. Char. Okay, I can get rid of this now. Oh shoot, no, I still need that. Yeah. Alright, there we go. So did need that still. And this one we don't need at all. That's unexpected type, so that's fine. There, whoops, print there, it's all caps. Okay. Like the open bracket, but found that. So let's just make this an open bracket since we are doing that. I'll put that around it too, and around here. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Yeah, then it is more clear what we are looking at. Okay, print error expected comma. Yes, this is the same deal. Okay, and let's see what else. Expected close bracket. So I'm gonna make it not type out close bracket, but put this instead. Now that, and otherwise that is good. This, and there we go. Expected equal, yeah. So I should use the actual signs, not that. There. Okay. Expected that. Can I not put but found? Expected close. Yeah, okay. I guess we don't have to put what we found there. That's not necessarily needed in this case. Print error. What else? Expected token. Yeah, yeah. Error. So let's see if we get a wrong kind of token. Labels count. Okay, that's not exactly very clear. So what is? This is in the parsing actually. So what is the? What is here? So this is basically an end. End. Without an open block. So that's if you, yeah, I could probably trigger this just to make sure it works. But basically, if you put an end without anything else opening it, so this Kano, like Kano, I'm gonna actually move it to Kano for like test purposes, and then I will modify the whoops. Alright, Kano, we'll do that. And watch it just if I just put an end here, it should trigger that. I didn't recompile it, that's why I did it. And also some other stuff. Alright. Yeah, okay, so that is messed up. I don't have that. So 581. So I got rid of this in here. Token types, token not type. And I might not have the token. Yeah, so I think I need to do tokens. That's not right. Tokens data 0 type. Okay. 490. What is wrong with this? So we don't have a token, but we should have it. Yeah, we have the token here. So what is the issue with that? Give me the address of a label. Oh shoot, I forgot the other and. Whoops, and. There we go. Okay, so I just have a label. What is that? Alright. Did I do another thing? Following your C series for a while, you're very good at C. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, there's still, I'm still pretty new. There's still a lot of stuff left to learn. But thank you. Appreciate it. How are you doing, by the way? Oh, shoot. Now I have a double A. Wait, what? How did that happen? Okay. There we go. Now it compiles. That was actually the issue. So let me try this again. And without an opening block. Yeah. So that is what I wanted to see, because we had the end and we don't have an opening block. But if we put, if 5 equals 5 here, then we did the end. That's what opens the block. Now, I wonder, if I put a then, and then an end, what's going to happen? Block saying that, yeah, so that's a further error. So, it's good that it throws an error, though. You're great, trying to get good at C++. Nice, nice. So you have a specific project that you're doing, or so just more general? More general. Okay. Alright, so that is good. That's a much better error. Unexpected escape character. That is fine. Yeah, so I can actually try that out. I want to make sure it's Kano. Whoops. Kano.ping. Let me look at that. So if I do something like push yeah, I don't think that's a valid escape character. At least ones that I support. Yeah, okay, unexpected escape characters. That's good. That works perfectly fine, and that is, I'll probably put some quotes around it. Other than that, though, it's good. Okay, let's see, what else? I went back up to the top, actually. I do want that around this as well. So this can be print error. Yeah. Now that I update it, because before I couldn't write it like that, so that is why I did it like that. So character cannot be made up of multiple characters. Okay, characters. So maybe that's not a super great error, but it should be. Let's see. I think there was another one. Was there? Okay. Expected type. Yeah. Again with the quotes. Makes it easier to do. Yeah. Error. It did one of those. Yeah, that's fine. So okay. Expected close bracket. So I don't want to put close bracket. I want to put an actual close one. And this is a bracket, so it's like that. And that. Okay. Yes, we sort of went all the way around. Let's see. And without an opening block, yeah. And then we go back up to the top. So that is good. Something else though. This. Why is the node dot location 0? Actually, that's because it is at 0. Well, hang on, it still shouldn't be 0. So something is not right. Right. So if I go here and I just go here and I put an in, it's gonna be an error, right? But it says 0. So at some point it gets zeroed out in the node. And I want to know why that would be. Shoot, it's because we don't have the node location yet. Let's set the dot block equals token. Can I do that? Token unequipped. So what's it called? Is it just the top of the token stack? Yeah, okay. Tokens array 0 dot type. Okay, simple enough. So I probably should put a token. That's fine. Tokens data 0. That one. Okay. And that still doesn't work. What is wrong with this? Hang on. Where is it? 225. Oh, so 225. Yeah, I forgot the thing. So 225, this is the token location, right? Token dot block. There we go. That's actually what the error is for. It's for something else. So now this should actually get the proper thing. Yeah, so that should be line 5, if that is right. Yes, that is line 5, right at the start, so that is good. That is good indeed. Something else, I need to update that for all of them because it'd be nice to have the correct location. So to do that, I could update all of them, or I could do like to clear the node up here because why not do that, right? Yeah, why not? So equals so first of all, dot lock equals data 0 dot lock, and yeah, so we can update the location properly, but that or appropriately, but that's mostly what we need. And this is where we grab the token actually, so maybe that's different. We set the location here. Right, because that sort of goes through some other stuff. I don't think that it matters though. Okay, so we can do that. And yeah, we do that, and then we can get rid of this one. We just set node.type here instead. Equals type A. And we can just delete that line, and there we go. And same thing here. Dot type equals type then. Just want to make sure that this is all right. So yeah, everything else will work here, and then the location will be set automatically. So that is good. Equals type while, and then while I'm at it, after I finish this, I'm going to change type to node, because that is a better one. Linux C++, as well as writing every single topic and concepts example in CPP files, and later I will upload on Git so that everyone can just go to repo and learn or revise whatever concept they want. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. That sounds very cool, actually. I like that. Also doing and writing data structures and algorithms. Okay. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, so you don't have that set up yet then? Like the Git repo? Because I think it'd be cool to look at, you know, if you want to share when it is set up. And then yeah, then we have all these. So that's gonna be handled differently because we call something in here, right? So how many years have you been coding in C? So really in C specifically, only about 6 months. It was actually like I started streaming around the same time I started learning C. But prior to that, I did a lot of programming for about 5 or 6 years. So I've done a lot of programming, but C specifically, not super long. Let's go outside and switch it. Looks like you're an expert in C. Thank you. Yeah, but really, you know, if someone just knows like 5-10% more than you in something, then they can look like an expert, right? Yeah, they just have to know one or two things that you don't know, and then. Let's see. So how long have you been programming, by the way? Or are you like pretty new, or have you done it prior? Where do we set up the node here? Okay, this. We do set the location. Okay, from star deck, do we set the location? Here's we do not. Lock equals data 0.lock. Okay, we have the location set up for all of them. These have been developing our guide level. Wow, thank you. Yeah, I like to do things that are pretty complicated. When I start them, I don't really have any idea how to actually do them, you know? Just kind of make it up as you go, kind of thing. That's kind of. Hey, how are you doing? I am good. How are you doing? How are you? How are you? Okay, so that all should work then. So now every node should have the location code. Okay, perfect, perfect. And here we bring with the token location, and that's probably a good idea. We're good. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear it. Okay, let's see. So, already a lot better. Now let's go to the back because here there's quite a few problems where we been errors, right? So, done a little bit of coding, but started doing it seriously 1 month. Okay, okay, very cool. Good luck on your programming journey. I think it's good that you're not starting with JavaScript or something like that. Yeah, so I do this. Can I just not just use the, because I don't store it in the expression, do I? So the expression should all probably have a location as well with them. So I'll get to that, but let's go to outside of the expression. So that one has the location, that's good. This one could have the location. So I think I'm just leaving that lock, and I just want to make sure that that works. It's a pointer, so it needs to be arrow lock. Okay, yeah, so that works. I just need some sort of location. As long as it's at least close. Like, in the future, I want it to be very good error, so that, you can look at it and you know exactly what's wrong, and it sort of can guide you, right? But for right now, that's not a super big deal. I just want it to be, like, you can get a good idea of what's wrong. Teach you a lot of important concepts, and you have missed if you start with JavaScript or Python. Yeah. Or even, some like Java or C# that a lot of people start with. There's still a lot of stuff that you miss there, like memory management, I thought. Yeah. Yeah, I think C or not quite as much C++, but still to an extent, are much better if you want to actually understand, right? But also it's harder, so it might be harder to stick with it, if that makes any sense. Not token, node, lock, okay. And then this is, what is it? Yeah, that's the expression. We need to get back to that. Yeah, but that should be a lot better now, so now she can just zero down. I mean, this is still on the device. Let's see, what can we do to trigger an error that is here? So this is, if exit does not have args, but we really shouldn't get to that point because we parse it. So this won't really work. To do everything in C language, you don't even need any other program language. I mean, yeah, to an extent that is true. Like, pretty much everything is built with C, at least, like, or you go back, pretty much C, right? But with some things, like front-end web development, you need at least some JavaScript for that. If you're going to use the built-in ones, like, you could make your own browser, which uses C as the language, technically, but, that's not exactly feasible, right? Not something that's doable. Yeah, but I would generally agree with that. Okay, so what is this? Index equals, so if the variable doesn't exist, but it shouldn't, I guess we would get to this point. Yeah, so we can try to trigger that. So let's do x equals 15, and that should trigger the variable x reference 47. Okay, perfect. Had Java at school to start, and then switched to C/C++, and after having most concepts in my head, I learned JavaScript, and had to learn PowerShell for the job. PowerShell. Interesting. So you switched to C/C++ in school, or that was after you were done with school, and you'd only know Java up to that point? Let's add some of these around it. Let's do array. Yeah, so args count do not match, so that's fine. I think we should probably check that at parse time, but still. Expected if, but found, whatever this is. So we just put a loose else, and it should trigger that. I just want to make sure that they all work, you know? So we put an else here. Okay, that's segfault. That's interesting. Why did it segfault? Yeah, I definitely don't want that, so I need to look into that. Switch after school because you want to try something else, and then you started 42 school and had to learn C in a more depth. Okay, more indefinite. Okay, I see. I think I know what's causing this. I think we are subtracting from something. Yes, exactly. So right here. So, yeah, we can't exactly do this. We need to check. That's in the part. So I will get back to that. So I know exactly where that's at. Yeah, that was kind of a bit of an oversight on my part. C moment, if you will. Block stat. So this is saying block stat. So this means there's a loose else, but that shouldn't be the case because we do check that in the parsing. But still, I think I don't need to put error here. That's just double error. It's still worth putting, right? So this should be an assert though, actually. So assert assert block stat count is greater than 0. And then just put block stat was underflow, which should not happen. So that is why it's missing. Okay. Error. What else? What else? Variable reference before assign. What variable is this? That's in the expression. Okay. Yeah, so since I do that so many times, I should probably factor that into a function, you know, where we probably in the get variable location, you know? We could print the error in there. Okay, yeah. So locations are still on here, and I need to fix that by giving each expression a location, right? Things you developing use every brain cell of human being. Not sure about that. It can seem complicated, but really, you just have to understand a couple of concepts, and then it's pretty simple actually. Like it's sort of just built up of a lot of you know, foundational programming concepts that sort of build up to get to more complex things. You know, like it's not necessarily complicated, but it's complex in the sense that it's a lot of simple things that become more complex instead of being one thing that is complicated to understand. I might not explain that very well, but basically it's the difference between complicated and complex. Okay, so that's the same deal. Alright, so I need to fix that, and I know exactly how to fix it. Let's do what minus minus, whatever. Guess you can't do that. Yeah, let's just look at all the minus. Yeah, so right here. So if the label count labels dot count equals 0, then we need to print an error. So that means you messed up. You done messed up. Print error. And want to use the token dot location. Maybe even the node location. Want to say so labels. That means there was a loose else. Else statement without prior if. And there we go. So then we can safely do this because we know it's greater than 0. Yeah, we don't need to check less than because it is unsigned. So that means it can never be negative. So we're good with that. So yes, that is good. So anywhere else will we do that? I guess we check it right here as well. No, but we do this. Actually, can that be on one line? Because sometimes they get too long and then it's ugly, but I think this is okay in this case. How old are you? I am 18 years old. Okay, pretty good. token does not exist because it is a node, right? It's not meant to use anyway. What's the... Oh, it's not a point. Okay. There we go. And, okay. Else statement, and I missed the closing one. I guess the second closing one, yeah. Don't know how I missed that, but okay. Okay. Is that the right line? Yeah, line 1, so that's good. And then if we put it on line 2, it should say line 2. Perfect. Alright, so that is pretty good. And without prior if, and if I put an if, it should work. So if slide then else to right 5 with a new line, else right 6 and end. From where have you been learning? That's like an interesting question. So, yeah, okay, so that's not fair. Basically, most of what I learn is just I look up whatever I'm working on, read a little bit about it, and try to implement it, right? So, in case of a compiler, I just looked up how do compilers work, and then, saw the different stages, sort of broke it down, and then learned from that. So just like whatever resource you can find. And then also from Soding, I'm not sure if you have heard of that channel. I can't get it. On Twitch and YouTube. It's not like an educational kind of channel, but he goes through a lot of different concepts. And it's somewhere that I like. My channel is kind of a lot based on, inspired by his content. But yeah, I learned a lot of cool concepts from there as well. And that's really it, just kind of messing around myself, Googling, and from creators like Soding. Mr. Zozy, yes. 5. Okay, perfect. So that all works. Okay. So yeah, I'll get rid of this. 5, 6, okay. And I forget, I don't know if that's gonna work. Is that? Okay, that's kind of interesting. So we don't need any like keyword there. Okay. And whoops, I didn't mean to actually do that. Let's put an N there, then we get loose end. Loose ends. Interesting. I should call it that. Alright, and that's pretty good. So now it's already a lot better. It doesn't say bulk. There might be a few other places where I do something like this, so I should check probably in the backend part as well. Make sure I'm not doing that. Right. So I have some minuses here. But do I check that? I guess I should check that. Because if we do something that would pop it, what would do that? Actually, so what happens if we, actually this is going to cause an error. I don't know, I haven't tried a lot of this. If we just put a plus there, what does that look like? Assertion failed. Okay, that shouldn't be an assert, for sure. Okay. Yeah, so I need to look into that. So, like, if you put an unexpected, a keyword in an unexpected place, so if you put then, I think that might be. Yeah, that creates a label. Yeah, so you see, it didn't actually fail here, but it failed, assembling the assembly. So that's not exactly helpful, because then it's in the assembly file. So that's what I need to look at, for sure. But first I want to see if there's any other place like that. So I don't think we can really get to this point. At least not very easily, to where we're subtracting here. Without pushing something prior, because it's sort of built up from different expressions. So I think we're fine to do that. At least for now. If I encounter well, I should probably check it anyway. It's just an assert, but still. Because then that'd be a lot nicer than a seg vault, but. Alright, so here we do this. And we don't check it previously. But we can just assert here because the parsing failed. That means the parsing failed at some point. So we need to actually say block stack. Whoops, block stack dot count. It's greater than 0, and then block stack under. Yeah. So we just want to assert there, and it's not an error, not printing an error, because that means we messed up somewhere in the parsing, because that should handle this. A loose else, right? And we don't really do that here, so that's fine. Okay. Let's see, where else is there minus minus? There. Okay, yeah. So these could probably be inline as well. Yeah, that's probably a good idea too. Yeah, so those should be asserts. I should add asserts here. So I'm gonna add that as a to do just at the top. So add asserts to I cannot type at all. To all topic functions. Okay. Yeah. So that I don't feel like doing that now. It's just gonna be kind of ridiculous. But I will do that. So I hopefully remember. What else is yes, and the other one was with it was with the expression. So when we're parsing the expression, right? We want to give it a location. So we can do dot log equals token dot log, and that should be good enough for the location. And then we'll be able to print it for the whole expression when we are encountering it. So each expression should have a location. So let me try to do that. It's gonna be in here. So expression. I have a few places where we reference it before we actually define it, but expert. Yeah, so we just need a location block. Okay. So then we can print it out actually in the when we generate if we encounter it. So we should handle these as in parsing. So in the parsing, but there are sometimes yes, like maybe well this isn't I don't know that we handle this in parsing. Referencing before assignment. So we can put that here. But now we should be able to put expert lock. Can we do that? That should not fail, right? Okay. And we'll try that. So I'll update all of these to have that. Let's actually just try that. So if I go into PanoScript, right? It's build actually, right? And I just do execute chicken. And then I run this. And there we go. So then we actually got the location. That is good. So that should work for all of them, hopefully. So let's get rid of this. Expert lock. One concept you've been struggling with was trying to build cout, which is a wrapper of printf, and got stuck on point of concept. I am unable to understand what that function is returning. Okay. So you're talking about the C++, like, you have standard cout or whatever, and then you put your all your stuff here. You mean like this, basically, right? This kind of thing. Yeah. Is that what you need? Yeah. Okay. Very nice. All right, so that's already a lot better. I will actually do add the fix the print error method. Yeah, both those basically. So to build cout rep. Oh, okay, so you're trying to build a replica of that. Okay. Uh-huh. All right. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what. Like, I'm not very familiar with C++. Yeah. So I'm assuming, like, so you're asking like how this would work if you were trying to build that. Do I understand that correct? Trying to make a replica of it. So you have to deal with like streams or whatever, right? I think next probably should do some type checking. That could be good because we don't really do any of it. Yeah, so after we call, maybe even in parse expression. Parse that. Hmm. So yeah, maybe it's when we call it. So, right, so we call it here. So then we could have a function. So like type check, right? It's for type check. And we'll pass the expression. So we can just do arg.value.expression. We'll sort of iterate over it, and then we'll compare all the types. So it can be either a expr bin, which is like a binary expression, or it could be one of the types. And so we'll get the first type that is not a binary, and then if any of the other types are not that, then that means we have an error, right? So let me try to make that. We're gonna bool from it. So expr type check, and this just takes an expression, right? So, what the heck? Oh shoot. It's happened before. So it's sort of stuck. I think it's something to do with the auto indentation, but yeah, I need to get it. Yeah, not sure what caused that. I'll need to look into that. Let's go back here. We're passing it. Parse expression. Yes, we actually call it within here as well, so I need to consider that. But that's also a bit different. Yeah, so when it's called from in itself, that's gonna. But I even handle it in here. Like we have right hand side where we parse primary. Could compare the type of it. I'm not sure. I haven't really handled this before, so I need to think about it. I'll try it the way I was doing it, right? So where we have the parse expression, and we sub this. So expr type check. Expr. Alright, so I'm gonna save this and then try it again. And it did happen again. Okay. That's interesting. So why does that happen? I put it on a new line though. Will that still happen? Let me open the right file. Let's see. Expr alright, so if I like do that. It still does that. Okay. Interesting. So type, yeah, right here. So how can I get it to not do that? Yeah, what's causing it? Huh. See, it's just been getting stuck in a loop, and it's continuously trying to do something. That's a bunch of ANs. Still happens. Okay. So how can if I do this, that also happens. Is it because it's too large a file? Is that it? If I go up here and try to do it, then that works fine. If I go to the end of the file, then it dies. Okay. So does it have something to do with the size of the file? I haven't encountered this before. I haven't encountered this bad at least. That's not good. So what if I do that, and then I do that, and I do that? Right, so it's not recognizing it. That is within a function. It's supposed to auto index. Within a, yeah, within a block. Huh, doesn't it all? It seems to be completely broken. If I do that, yeah. Interesting. So this is a Kano issue, right? So let's see. I want to try set var, I think is what it's called, and then auto index to 0. So if I do that, I don't know if it took effect. I might have done it wrong. Let me open Kano, because I don't remember exactly what the command is. That's not what I wanted. Kano. Let's open that. Let's see. Set var. Set var value. So, is it called auto indent? Where are they? Oh yeah, auto indent. Yeah, so I want to set it to 0. Go to 0. So if I do that, I go here. Still auto indents. Hang on, what? Is that broken entirely? What the heck? Okay. That doesn't even work. That is an issue. I will add that to the issues. Okay. Alright, so a lot of issues. Okay, that's an issue. I'll need to look into that. And then a new one as well. Sometimes, new plots. The pauses on infinite spaces. Okay. Yeah, so I'll need to look into both of those. Okay. Let me see. So if I go down here, now it doesn't work. Hang on. That is interesting. So it like can't read the whole file or something. I'm not sure. I might use Vim for at least just to write this. I can actually write it. Okay. Basically, I just need to read over it. So you know, type. I don't really like this. Okay. Expert type. Expert left hand side and right hand side. We should probably pass. Let's see. So how do I want to do that? What you've been thinking to build in the future. Let's see. Obviously I want to continue working on this. And I'd like to, at some point, make like a compiled programming language, which compiles to native, right? Like this is not native. It compiles to a virtual machine, bytecode. But something compiles native to like assembly, all that stuff, and then make it self-hosted. You know, that would be cool. A self-hosted language, basically, is the idea. So a language that's written in itself. That would be cool. Other than that, let's see. I don't know. It's like a lot of stuff to do, you know? A lot of cool stuff you could do. I'd like to do some more game development stuff. Like lower level. Like, without, like, I've done some stuff using RaidLib or whatever. I'd like to do it just with OpenGL. That could be cool. Yeah, other than that, I'm not really sure, though. Those two things, though. Things that I would really like to do. Okay. Let's see. So what I want to do is expert. There's too much DSA. What do you mean? In game development, it's not equal. For bin one just return. Can I do that? Bin expert type if that does not equal this one. Then I'm not sure this is right, but then return I can't really return it. Well, we can put an error in this case actually. So let me try that. Then error expert lock. We get expected type that, and I don't know if I can do that. Expect type that, but then type. Webverse with data structure and game development. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Any programming fields like where you get pretty deep into it, you have to know quite a bit about those. What is the type thing called? Right. So I have that. Do I have a stringify of it? I don't think I do. Okay, so extern star star. Like types. Can I do that? Sure. Equals and stir. And do this. Will that work? Like types, that's not a very good name, I don't think. Anyway. For type. So I need to to this section. Type equals expert. AI building what humans are able to do now. I mean, really, like, are they? Maybe like some front end JavaScript stuff, but like actually complex problems. And robots is AI really doing that on its own, And who's debugging it, right? Because it's still gonna write bugs. I think it's not really an issue. I don't think it will be for at least a few more years. Oops. I haven't looked into it much though. Like this Devon thing or whatever that came out. Yeah. Oh, and then okay. Let's try that. Okay. Yeah, so it's not type. Oh shoot, so expert value. Shoot, I can't just get the type like that, can I? Where's the type stored? Let me look. The expert. Um, so it's based on the expert type though, really. Uh-huh. It has an array. It has an expert in it. Uh-huh. Okay, that actually makes it a bit more complicated. But if we just look at the expert type, instead we compare those, right? Instead of this, we can compare the expert type. And that's really like put an array in an instance, right? So I don't have that defined. For type, yeah. So expert types should add an expert type as well. Binary stolen bar array, and that's it. Okay, types. Alright, so I don't know how that's gonna work. Declaring an like that. Soon, maybe in 2028, they will get better than us. They're teaching AI or robot how to feel when you touch something. Like, is it actually feeling though? Or is it just simulated feeling, right? Yeah, like, can robots ever be conscious? It's kind of a philosophical question, right? And can we make things that are conscious without knowing, fully understanding what consciousness even is, right? Can we even understand what consciousness is? At least from a scientific perspective. Type 2, type. Okay, so it doesn't like that. Yeah, because that is what I'm returning. This needs to be expert type. Bin. Okay, sorry. Okay, so I guess that doesn't. Bin dot. Type. So we don't have that. So that won't work. Yeah, so I can just get rid of that because I'm not using it. And then we have expert types. Let me just define it in here. At least for now. Yeah, I'll make that work better later, right? You have to define the like I did functions. Control regions and source return. Not sure. Turn that away. Okay. And let's not do that. Okay, let's see. So how does this work? So let's make x 12 plus 5. That's that. Compile. But if I do 12 plus stir, it's still compiled. Okay, that's not good. What happens when I run this? Wait, hang on. Test what? Yeah. Okay, so it's still gonna work. We'll exit with X. Yeah, that really shouldn't work. At worst, because it turns into a pointer, which is then basically just an integer. So, but it should not work. So this should be. What are these returning? But we only type checking in one case, so that is with that. So I actually want to call that on all of them. Yeah. Can you introduce emotions then? Yeah. I mean, like real emotions, you know? Like you can say, oh, it feels an emotion, but does it actually, right? That's sort of the topic. So let's do this, but on node var dot. Let me go to this other thing. This needs to be node value var array array size. Yeah, guess we have to check the array size as well. This is the same thing as well. Here too. Oops. This is the array index. Index, okay. Array value. This is the R. So fuck all args. If I use that. No, we can't use I because that's not for this. So I need to just the top of it. All dot count minus 1. With the minus 1 because it is 1 greater than the actual size, right? Let's see. Node value expert. Okay. Node value conditional. Same thing. And there we go. Made it all the way around. Let's see. Does not compile. Okay. 596. Yes, this is an array, so I can do the same thing actually. Node value array. Count minus 1. Okay, let's see how that works. There's no member named count, so that's args, right? Args.count, the args.data. And that is actually the same problem. Actually, maybe not. Data. Radar value. Whoops. Okay. 581. It's the same thing. Yeah. Node value, value, count minus 1. Yeah, so it's actually a lot of these. I just kind of skip over it. R value, count minus 1. Okay. I'm getting there. So now 563. Same thing, I think. Yeah. Minus 1. Okay. And that is not right. Okay, I put 2 A's. And let's see. So, make an int but kind type stir. Okay. That is good. That is not right, but that's in the parse. Yeah, because we don't set it yet. Ooh. Parse. Wait, hang on, actually. Expert type check. Why does it not have a location? Might have to pass the location here. And just use that. Yeah. That'd be a good idea. Because it doesn't have it on the binary ones. It only has it on the actual values. So that's fine. It's not a big deal, right? So anywhere that we call it, now we can actually update all of them. Okay, and I will probably query replace check, right? And then just add check. It's not like this. Node dot lock. There we go. Let's read that. It's still compile. We have an issue with that. 483. Ooh, I see. Alright, this needs to be like that. Alright. And too many arguments. Oh, right here. Okay, compile. So now if I run it, take an input count type stir, that is perfect. And if I put this stir first, it should say that one first. It can stir the count type, which isn't necessarily true. But yeah, okay. I still close it, you know, you can get an idea of what's wrong. And there's not really any other types. We really just have stir in that, but we could try to put like an array, but it's not really going to parse that the same. Yeah, so it doesn't like that. Yeah, so it doesn't like, but that's fine. So yeah, we get a good idea of what we can do. So now we could declare even an int array. And try to set x1 equals stir, and that should fail as well, right? Expected point. Okay, so it did not fail properly. That's not good. So this, yeah, we don't really check the types for this, where if we are updating it, we want to make sure that the type is the same. So we need to consider that. Putting on var reassign, right? Or yeah, var reassign or array reassign, right? We type check this, but we need to type check it with itself as well. So if the type return from this, I don't know how to think about that. Basically, you know what we can do? Expert type check. We can go here, and we can return. Let's return type left. Right, and then we'll have that. So when we call var reassign, right, and we then that would not allow us to. Let's make it not right, just temporarily. It's sent to that. And if we try to do this, x equals stir, it's not gonna work right. But we can check it here. So if expert type check does not equal load value var. Hang on, what is it? So what is the expression of actually we don't have that here, do we? We need to do this in the at the generation stage, I believe. Do we? Yeah, because we don't store all of the variables here. Yeah, so that's actually not gonna quite work. Back how it was. I feel like it's still a good idea to do that anyway. But yes, that's not gonna quite work. We'll have to do that after generation stage. So let me actually implement some. This will need to be a lot more advanced than that, but for now, it kind of works. That might actually. I do kind of have to go. So I suppose that's probably gonna be about the end of the stream. Yeah, I got a decent amount of that. So like, updated their handling, so it's actually a lot better, considerably better, and also introduced some very basic type checking. Still doesn't quite work, but it is closer. So, yeah, that is. I will post this, and then that's gonna be about it. Whoops. I already committed, so let's just push. Okay, so yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.